Homeowners insurance prices in California are skyrocketing with the increased threat of wildfires. People who live in neighborhoods with homeowners associations, like condos, have told us their policies are being dropped entirely, and new options are much more expensive.
ABC 10's Morgan Reiner was at the state capitol today as lawmakers tried to make sense of it all. Morgan.
Chris and Laura, a nearly impossible task as lawmakers all expressed today that this is a challenging topic with no perfect solution. But something needs to be done, and all of the stakeholders had different ideas.
Lisa Meyer lives in San Diego County. She owns a townhome and an HOA with 186 others.
During our HOA's last insurance renewal, we were notified that we would not be renewed due to proximity to high fire risk areas.
The policy they were kicked off of was $54,000 a year. Their new one?
Annual premium of $293,000. This resulted in an emergency assessment to each unit owner to cover the cost of that new premium amount.
Janet Hayes lives in a planned community in Anaheim Hills.
In 2020, Horizons paid $39,000 for property and fire insurance. This year, we are going to pay out $417,000 plus interest.
That's a 970% increase. So what happens when someone is dropped and they can't find insurance? They can temporarily use the state's FAIR plan, a nonprofit insurance plan which is meant to be the insurance of last resort. But the plans they offer are not large enough to cover HOAs. Senator Pro Tem Tony Atkins sent a letter to the California Department of Insurance asking them to help by ordering the FAIR plan to increase their capacity so that HOAs can apply.
We will collapse in those areas.
President of the FAIR Plan, Victoria Roach, told lawmakers today that a move like that would not work because they don't have the funds to cover all the damage to HOAs if there were to be a fire, and they would have to fall back on regular insurance companies to help cover the costs, which they say would increase premiums for all Californians.
We're at a breaking point. The good news is we can't break because the industry is there to catch us. The bad news is the industry is there to catch us, and that means that every policyholder in the state of California is going to have to pick up some of that cost.
I asked the California Department of Insurance if they plan to expand the FAIR plan.
Something that we are working on. We're looking at it with the FAIR plan. We want to make sure we do this right the first time.
The insurance commissioner did put out new regulations, though, that begin in April that will require insurance companies to provide discounts for people who take the necessary steps to reduce their fire risks. People will also be able to appeal the fire risk score their insurance company gives them with the state. Chris and Laura.
Wow, these costs are staggering. So Morgan, tell us, how many people are on the state's FAIR plan?
Well, in 2018, there was about 126,000 people under the FAIR plan. In 2022, that jumped to 270,000. Wow. So it doubled. And remember, this is only supposed to be temporary, but the FAIR plan's president says people are staying on it for longer periods of time.
Something I know you're going to be following for us, Morgan. We thank you for the update.